Salutations everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Sunless Sea. I'm your host, BrainBoy 20, and where we had last left off, we had been on Port Cecil after making an extended journey, basically cutting across Shepherd's Island, otherwise from towards the Empire of Hands. I'm sorry, Pigmoot Isle Station 3. We skipped Abbey Rock and Shepherd's Isle and went straight to Wisdom and Port Cecil, and we're on our way to both the Naivety and the Wreck Nocturne, finally at the ending this at the Empire of Hands before making our journey back. Now, there is nothing else for us here, correct? Yes, so let's shove off once more. We are attempting to complete the Empire of Hands' storyline, as it might be the only way to actually acquire any progression whatsoever for us. Wreck of the Emperor Wolfgang. This might be a wreck, but is it someplace I can, like, beach next to? We'll find out. I don't think we can. Although I'm really surprised that the Wreck of Nocturne allows that. Also, the Skintillac is terrifying. Like, all of it apparently being a sentient hive mind that's obsessed with learning and knowledge. Ugh. What I have to do is make the little jump and suddenly think, I wish to learn about your inner workings and start growing crystal on your nervous system. And we enter there's actually no real name for this place. We're just going to the Naivety and the land of sorrow spiders. Then again, I also understand fully why there's no name for this. Who would like to give a name other than the place you should not go? No, I don't actually have a fear of spiders. It's just, like, I don't think anyone really... Well, most people who don't carry them around as pets wouldn't like to wake up with one on their face. That kind of seems like it'd be very disturbing. We're also hunting down the location of the irrepressible cannoneers, shall we say, project? What do you want to do? Ah, Khan's Shadow. Okay, no worries. We'll make it to Khan's Shadow eventually. It'll take me some time to reach there, but we can. What else awaits us here? The Scuttering Reaches. I don't feel like I'm going to even attempt it. Instead, let's meet with the Emissary of Spiders. He has witnessed much, yet seen nothing since the star spiders he serves harvested his eyes. I'll also compile a port-a-port at some point. Ah, my good sir. Or is it madame? Or another solution, perhaps? Pardon my ignorance. He taps his blindfold. The honor of serving the acrimonious masters does somewhat leave one at a disadvantage in matters of detail. He smiles. Blind to light is not, however, deaf to rumor. I wonder, might it prevail upon the good-natured individual I have heard contributed so much to our little festival? Splendid, splendid. He leans in close. My benefactors have charged me with seeking a special sustenance for a special occasion. I'm sure an experienced sailor such as yourself sees through the unnecessary euphemism. Shall we say, unfortunates of little future, such as your tomb colonists, were perhaps a select few to find a different destination for the greater good. I can promise more than a fair compensation for any subsequent regrets. You may be able to obtain a trusting tomb colonist tourist at Vanderbite if you've assisted them in the past. How about no? And compile a port-a-port with a cask of mushroom wine. The silk traders don't talk much in particular. They don't talk of sorrow spiders at their feet, over their heads, or crawling over them as they sleep. Spiders will not have that kind of talk about the generous neighbors, they say with haste, in raised voices. I'm not evil, no. Delivery of trinkets, naturally. Oh, so they're not actually spiders. Spiders? Someone say spiders? Spiders in the main deck? Oh no. Yes, that'd be dreadful now, wouldn't it? My head itches. I really hope this isn't doing something like putting sorrow spiders in London. That'd be terrifying. And again, they're already in London. People hunt them normally. He says as he's yawning so horrendously, and tried to shift his arm in ways it was not meant to go. That spider isn't even climbing on any string, neither is that one. They're just floating. I would not be surprised with the amount of webbing that exists here amongst this land of spiders, that they can't just skitter across the surface of the Neath because they would just so heavily drench it in webbing that it'd get through. And the only thing breaking that up is our ships passing through. Anyway, Wreck of the Nocturne. I can see why I would miss the fact that you can park with this wreck. I can easily see why, but I'm curious, what do you have for us here? Shrouded with shadows, wrapped in the webs, the Wreck of the Nocturne. The webbed hull of this once proud vessel refuses to be dragged beneath the black waves. Aboard this empty mausoleum, superstitions of the sea give even cynical sailors pause before ransacking half-drowned vessels. Still, nothing in the code prohibits indulging curiosity. Walk into my parlor, said. Yeah. How about no? Let's wait somehow take the Nocturne back. That would actually be pretty awesome. Resurrecting this ship from below would be pretty big. In fact, there's probably a possibility to do that. I just don't know of it yet. I had fun earlier today with trying to replace the headlight of my car, at least the headlight bulb. Unfortunately, I just don't have the brute strength necessary to finally remove it once I had all the other pieces removed that were holding it in place. Now, does the Empire of Hands contain anything of note, or must I deal with some people I'd rather not? I mean, I could acquire some TNT, but not much more than that, especially while I still have my vessel the way it is. Now, it's of course sailing the Empire of Hands. We're not going to do any monkey business yet. Hotsig Village of Fountainhead Island. Let's visit the Delightful Adventurers Camp. Let's speak with her. How close are you to succeeding? Quite clueless. Curses. All to the First Emperor. Is there anything that goes on here? The Delightful Adventuress consults papers with a clayman Barnabas and a small crew of variably hard-working monkeys trying to force open the doors. Ah, you're here, she calls. Do pick up a crowbar, there's a dear. Bit of elbow grease should do it. Right, on the count of 3. Muscles, human and primate alike, strain as the Delightful Adventuress harries everyone along. Finally, with a crack, a screech of triumph and exhaustion, the doors slide open. Inside is just blackness. There, now chop everybody, declares the Delightful Adventuress, striding into the dark with a personal glim lantern. Behind her, her monkeys collapse to the ground gasping, occasional stolen words and squeals of protest escaping into the air. This tribute to the Emperor's first and greatest has been constructed over generations by monkeys working with stolen ideas of what an ancient tomb should be. Through the doors into the depths, the Delightful Adventuress will not relinquish her glim lantern. You'll need foxfire candles to light your way. One crate will suffice for the entire exploration. One crate, that means like one provision of it, correct? Does not matter. Its secrets will have to remain a little longer. Will the monkeys allow an outsider to just walk away with their most esteemed emperor's burial treasure? Probably, as long as they get their cut. Disappointing. Port Stanton, there's nothing for us here. We'll of course compile a port report as is normal. And while we could bring stuff to the Zeppelin, I have nothing as of yet. I will travel to Hotsig Island though. Lost Treasure Hunter. Sure. I can't get any more dynamite. I don't have any flares. Okay, I'm guessing all of this will be useful to an extent. Yes, I'm gonna need one live specimen. I'm guessing we're gonna need flares and TNT to get through some of these challenges. Without issue, at least. With nothing else for us here, I guess we'll shove off once more. This time deeper into the Shelonate. Nah, there's no point. We're gonna take a while to collect something of all those fetch quests, so it'd be best to just turn around here as long as we don't encounter the bloody golden juggernaut again. How many irons do I have? And I pull out my cannon. How good is it? Not good at all. I shouldn't even bother. I really should be heading down south, if you can call it south, but I should head down south in a more southward direction just to see if we can spot a few more islands, because really, we're exploring these places, we're not getting far. Maybe some new locations might free me up a little bit more. I see the golden juggernaut. I'm not going to be foolish. I'm not going to activate it. Hopefully, due to its very slow turning radius, it won't be able to reach me. Excellent! How close is it to turning around? Oh, no. It's really close to turning around. Oh, sorry. Glorious Dreadnought, not Golden Juggernaut. That's not helpful in either way. We will attempt to go to Godfall first. If I could even call it that. How much wine was needed? Just one? I hope it's just one, otherwise this wine does somewhat go to waste. I mean, I'm already at polythereme. I might as well pick up some clayman while I'm here. There's not like it can get hurt that badly. Barring the unfinished deciding to make an appearance. Then again, I don't even know how my expenses are going to change if I buy the bigger ship. They might not change at all. Anyway, some intelligence about the unfinished. Ferry some claymen to London. And oh yeah, we're not going to be able to get an audience with the king here. He goes by, we are clay, more engine power, more iron, but nothing of the sort when it goes to quarters and crew material. We have one more surgeon available, but I cannot for such a thing. Yeah, no, we can't actually purchase anything there. Although, how much does Stygian ivory cost? Because if it doesn't cost that much, we might be able to do a small trade route whenever we're stopping by the Shelonate and just head up to Polythereme. And since Godfall is so close, the journey there shouldn't take that long. So was it named Godfall for the idea that God has fallen? Or that God fell into their lap, or what have you? Ah, it needs 5 casks. Fine. Tell me the reports. Anything else for you? No. Fine. Shove off once again. This time to Khan's Shadow, Soft Lions, Domino's Gate. Although with 7 fuel, I don't think we'll make it. I sincerely hope we do, but that's not always possible. Yeah. I really should avoid doing this while I have even the remotest amount of tiredness, because that always happens, but oh well. And so my car repair will amount to a total of $40 to get the headlight replaced with a part that I already possess, which is partially why I was trying to replace it myself, because why would I pay that much? Of course, I didn't know about the pricing beforehand, but I'm just not physically strong enough to remove the rest of it. And not even by ripping it out of the car, mind you. The only thing holding it in place is the fact that it was that the car's construction itself makes it so tight that trying to remove it in the first place is nigh on impossible for one of lesser strength such as I. Physically, at least. I'm a very scrawny man. Like, I eat a fair amount. I don't get much bigger than I already am. There's not much, like, there's no impolite way to say it. Nor is there a polite way to say it. I'm neither fat nor not so. Kind of. I'm not entirely certain of what to say there. I guess I'm kind of just flustering and floundering about like I usually do when I come up with something unexpected. Anyway. I did actually post a little bit. If anyone's wondering about the tweet I had made yesterday being Friday night, that's because the tweet I had posted was about BD's Mongolian Bar and Grill, one of my favorite restaurant places that my friends and I visit as kind of like a Friday tradition. Anyway, A gathering of anarchists. That is nothing unusual here, of course. Most nights, half the shadow hatches plots over cheap wine and old insults. But who's that officer in the crowd? The usual diatribes. The haunted doctor stands listening in rapt attention, his remaining eye closed. On a stage made from tables and upturned chairs, an attractive young man and woman take turns raging against injustice and talking of the glorious days where London and the Connaught and all others who dare to elevate themselves above others will face their reckoning. The irony is, as ever, lost. Once the meeting ends, he hurries over to thank you, glowing with second-hand fervor. I have missed this, says the doctor, something strange taking over his face. If you didn't know better, he'd say it was a smile. He heads over to the young woman to try it out. Renewed purpose in his stride. The haunted doctor is different. And naturally, let's compile a full report. Anything else here that I can possibly do? I don't think the mushroom wine will help me in any way, shape, or form, so I might as well sell it off at this point to make some more space. It'll take me a little bit to burn through what supplies I have. Is my hold actually taken up by the curios? No, but the skin tabac actually does something for him. But I will purchase 2 more bits of fuel. From my current location, if I were to make a straight shot back to London, that'd be enough, so I guess we'll go with 3. Now, naturally, the Salt Lions are not going to approve of this. And, before I forget, did I bring myself another agent? Yes! We'll try once again. Oh, did his hearts go up? I'm certain it has. Dine with the determined doctor. He'll bring the wine, he tells you. Do you happen to have any more of the delightful sea trout? No matter. Your sherbet slowly melts, untouched. And no, they are not restless elements. He slams his hands down on the table. Do you not see, my lord? Every year the bazaar, she devours us from within. The rich dream honey dreams, while the poor shovel lucre with their bare hands in the streets, just to earn a few echoes to buy food. And above it all, the masters and the... He never does get around to answering an actual question of whether he enjoyed his main course. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. I do like the change, but I guess there's always a little bit of concern. What has truly happened with the doctor? Also, I probably shouldn't buy as many supplies as before. I'd never use them. In fact, I'm probably going to throw them out just so I can get more Sphinx Stone back to London. Potentially. I still also need some more Z stories, but I don't think we'll be able to pull that off quite easily. Anyway, Agent, you've been kind of sitting aboard this for a time. I do kind of need you to go to the Connaught for me. I also love how I'm pulling off my own little bit of double agency. Having the haunted doctor on board my ship is more than enough to have this kind of issue. Anyway, let's try to establish a spy in Khan's heart. 50-50. Your agent sends a message via Bat Courier. They found lodgings, contacts, possibilities. On subsequent visits to Khan's heart, you'll be able to grow your network or tap it for information. The more it grows, the more efficient it'll be. A nervous informer. No tea time or otherwise. What is going on here? Find out what your spies need. To improve the quality of your network, you'll need something. Find out what. Your network needs something to prosper. What is it? If you provide this successfully, your network level may increase. A diplomatic agent, the voracious diplomat in London, can provide the kind of special assistance you need. It's not that difficult. Perhaps you simply can't attain what you need. Let the opportunity pass and come back later. So allow you to choose another mission when you come back, usually, but not always a different one. It will cost you something. It will cost something awaits you. How much is it for a port report? Annoying. No storyteller. Supplies, fuel. Khan's heart. How much can I get here? 30 echoes for 1. We'll see if that makes people like us more. A hungry sort. This sailor is thin enough to slide through a portal and desperate enough to sign on, even with a sun-bitten emperor's gobbler. She doesn't use those terms when she thinks you're nearby. Oh, sun-bitten empress gobbler. Okay, now I understand what you said. I mean, I guess we'll wander the Khan's heart. Above, the roof beneath is black, impassive, prickled with false stars. But the Carganians still remember the sky. You pass an open-walled shrine with a domed roof. The interior is painted a deep, pure indigo. Citizens kneel below it while the blue priest speaks. As he reaches the climax of his prayer, a rosy golden light swells inside the dome. The worshippers murmur in complacent delight. This dome is now a perfect, heartbreaking morning sky. Blue. A color you haven't seen for how long? Filament bulbs. Your bow's sun whispers importantly beside you. Give me honest gaslight any day. Honestly quite sad. No sunlight whatsoever. I mean, naturally for a human being that would almost invariably kill them with a lack of vitamin D and no easy way to get it. So I don't know many foods off the top of my head, but that's a bit of a... I mean, this is like pure fantasy. Victorian steampunk fantasy mixture. Like, you can't really expect the uttermost perfection. Anyway, we will be bringing a diplomat back here next, as I still need to find a hunting trophy worthy of bringing to the Shellinate, because why must I do this? Preferably, I'd like to try to take out a bound shark or something that's reasonable, but that's not always the case. Anyway, hunger should be fully resolved by the time I get to the Salt Lions. Once more. Sorry, twice more, because I'll bring it up to 49, but not 50. Or 44. Oh, it's 2 hunger for... You know, 1 hunger for every 2 about. Come on, one more supplies. I don't want to throw it out. Excellent. Now, what do I currently have in my hold? 23, meaning I'm going to have to ditch 3 supplies, but no fuel, of course. We'll visit the Unmakers, though, gain some fragments, lose some terror, compile a report, and... We'll not bury Sphinx Stone just yet. I need to jettison 3 bits of supplies. And we'll carry the 20 Sphinx Stone. And with that, we begin our lengthy journey back to London, stopping at Domino's Isle just to pick up a little bit of, not fuel, but supplies, which I guess becomes our fuel past a certain point. I think there's not much of a point to that action. Might just go straight back to London if the 5 fuel's enough to carry us through. Although it definitely should, even if we try to burn through our supplies fast, we won't be able to burn through our supplies fast enough to get the fuel necessary. Which is a bit of wording and phrasing that made no sense. What I'm trying to say is that our supplies act as 1 extra temporary fuel, so we have 6. The 6 should be enough to carry us back to London without harm. I just have to remember that if I'm going through any of these routes, I might as well take 3 less fuel and 3 more fuel, 3 less supplies, because we burn through fuel so quickly. Especially with our current crew capacity. Now, you're allowed us to get intelligence, but we'll get a strategic intelligence. No clue. So the determined doctor, irrepressible cannoneer, bandage passioneer, tireless mechanic, and the carnelian exile. The carnelian exile and the bandage passioneer both need much assault to complete their tasks, but much assault cannot be acquired unless I get Z stories. And the only way I can easily grab Z stories is if I have 10 Tales of Terror, which how many do I have? 6. That's actually not that bad. I should also do something about those relics. Once I gather enough of them, I definitely need to start stocking up on heirlooms, just in case this gentleman meets an unfortunate and untimely end. We also have that little bit of report waiting for us back in London. I can also spend my recent news somewhere, actually, which is pretty good for me. Because we'll stop by there, drop off the recent news, grab some free fuel as a result, and I'll drop in terror, and then drop off the Sphinx Stone, because it eats up so much of my inventory space like you wouldn't believe. What's trying to kill me? Hey! Hey! That's adorable! You're gonna die! Okay, honestly, there was no reason for that, because I think that might have just doomed me a little bit. Loot and scuttle, cache of curiosities, a stout crate, which grants me 5 supplies, pushing me 1 over. Done. Excellent. 1 point of hull damage, I think. I didn't get hit once, but oh well. Which means I can't use the... That's annoying. I can't grab the extra fuel. How much do I get out of that? Oh well. I would definitely love to do so, but there's not much point. And there's nothing of recent news that would actually help me. A rock breaks the water like a surfacing Z-beast. No, it's a Z-beast. No, it's a rock. I do love those little flavorful things when they do show up from time to time. But fortunately for us, and fortunately for the end of the episode, we'll be, or at least fortunately for next episode, we'll be able to run through something entirely within Fallen London, hopefully under 2 minutes. If not, I'll just extend it until all my business is concluded here. Because let's be honest here, if I don't conclude all my business... Ooh. Revenue men, revenue men, revenue men. Hello, do your worst. Collect some messages. We've been invited to the area once again. Trinkets, just trinkets. Let's get rid of this now. London, oh London, Clayman for now. And Sphinx Stone. I've already said this thing last time, but in case you missed it, a smiling woman in an elegant John Quill gown places a gloved hand on your arm. Are you waiting for the ministry men? They won't be coming, but I have a proposition for you. Bright gown, bright hair. Her skin glows with health. Her smile is wise and merciless. The stone's full of old memories. The bazaar has been drinking them. She nods at the spires that loom over. London, the dark limbs that sprawl through the streets. I have a better destination. Help us bring light here below, and we will reward you. Reward you richly. Rich reward, light. These are happy words. Oh, refuse. Those bright eyes, the unmistakable mark of the Dawn Machine. I understand the Dawn Machine, but all fear it. Who knows what its motives are, or hers? I have never done this before, but I believe playing Triple Agent would be an interesting playthrough. We shall accept this time around. A brilliant smile. Captain, thank you. You're clear of eye and clear of spirit. Bring the Sphinx Stone south to the Grand Geode. It was an Admiralty base once. Now it's something wonderful. She kisses you warmly on the cheek. We'll see you soon. A dusty gentleman. Captain, wait! She gave you an errand, didn't she? She serves a certain power, a bright one, but not a friendly one. I have a counter-proposal. Will you listen? Tired eyes, sallow skin. He stoops like a clerk and coughs like a miner. That frock coat is of the finest fabric and newest cut. My name is Penstock, he says. The bazaar has been feasting on old memories from the Salt Lions. It only makes her more melancholy, and that's worse for us all, but especially those who love her. So we found another use for the Sphinx Stone. We can set something right. Take it far away. We'll tell you where. You will be paid. If you've already arranged with the bright-eyed sequencer to take it to the Grand Geode, this will cause you to renege. I'll reject his plea. He smells of ammonia and sadness. We should go somewhere that does not smell of those things. I'll unfortunately reject it. Please, if you change your mind, I'll still be here. Please, the bazaar. She's been so sick with stories. Help me. Help her. This actually does hurt me, though, because most of my inventory is eaten up by, well, you know. The Presbyterite adventuress. Afternoon, my lord. Looking for a gunnery officer? I'd like to help you blow up some monsters, if you'll have me. For 50 echoes, why not? Oh, hello, Captain. Is this one yours? I'd had to knock her about a bit. She didn't like taking orders from foreigners. Still, we're good friends now. The adventuress claps the black-eyed sailor on the back. Oddly enough, they do seem to be friends now. Rose's Wharf. What do you have? The veteran privy councillor is seeking an outlandish artifact. He is there surveying curios from distant ports with palace servants in muted slippers. We'll give him a curio. What else is for us? How much stuff do we have in our holds? We can take 7 more. I do need to solve the Sphinx Stone. Sphinx Stone. The whatevers. Skintalack. Out of curiosity, what else is here? Dusty gentleman, but nothing else of the ministry. Interesting. It's time with my family. I'm gonna just drop my terror a little bit. Adventurous desire, can't bring you anything. My apologies. A little present from the scholar, gaining 2 supplies. Please stop this madness. Please no. Give me the intriguing snippets. What do you have? Iron veils compared to iron. Nothing but iron. Like, literally nothing but iron. I will at least attempt to drop off all of these porter ports. How many do I have? Too many. Port Cecil. Godfall. Pigmote Isle. Savior's Rock. How curious. No spiders at all, they say. They are indeed blessed. I would definitely give more, but I think I'm actually full. No, I have 2 more I could possibly take. We are going to try out the Grand Geode, because I'm interested. Very interested. And with that, we will submit the final 2 port reports, which in this case will be Polythereme and Empire of Hands. We'll leave the Admiralty back onto the cold dark streets of London. Back off once again, and this time to the voracious diplomat to pick up another agent, which we will visit at some point later. However, for now, I think we'll end the episode here. Hope you've all enjoyed watching. This has been BrainBoy20 with Let's Play Sunless Sea, and I'm signing off. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, or subscribe, for it helps out a great deal, and I hope to see you all next time. Farewell.